I am more than just a piece of cloth shaped into a colorful design. I am the silent sentinel of freedom for the greatest sovereign nation on earth. I am the flag of the United States of America. I led your grandparents, parents, children, brothers, sisters, and friends into battle, from Valley Forge to Iraq. I flew over them at Fort McHenry in New Orleans, in Mexico, and through the Civil War at places like Antietam, Vicksburg, and Gettysburg. I waved over the Indian Wars at San Juan Hill, Manila Bay, 2 World Wars at Flanders Field, Pearl Harbor, Normandy, and Iwo Jima. My sons and daughters carried me into Incheon and Da Nang, Kuwait, Baghdad, Kabul, all of these places. And I also flew over the rubble of the Twin Towers and the Pentagon and a lonely field in Pennsylvania. I was there with George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Teddy Roosevelt, John F. Kennedy. I am with your sons and daughters, mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, brothers, and sisters in Iraq, Afghanistan, and all other places around the world wherever freedom needs defending. I am here with you now. I have flown through peace and war, strife and prosperity. I am the Star-Spangled Banner, Old Glory, and the Stars and Stripes. Honor me, respect me, and defend that which I am representative for your lives. Color Guard, forward and with the retired flag. When it comes time that I am old and faded, do not let me fly in despair. Do not discard me as an old tattered rag. Rather, retire me from my duties and replace me with a new flag that will proudly continue to symbolize our country. I have served you well. I'm now ready to leave you to my younger, brighter self. Please give me the respect of a dignified retirement. Retire the flag. Hand salute.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're doing something just a little different. You can see from that opening clip there, it was a flag retirement ceremony that my kids were involved in. It was there in Scouts there in town where we live, and this was the 40th anniversary of the Brooksville Raid. So we'll go a little bit over, I wasn't able to make it to the raid this year, you know, so Serena and the kids were in charge of doing the camera work, so. But first, here's just a little bit about the Brooksville Raid. Alright, so I'm taking this from the Florida's AdventureCoast.com. Just talks about like the conflict, everything that happened like coming up to the Brooksville Raid. It says when the Union decided that the raid to enter to the interior of Florida would be made to break up the Confederate supply and communication lines to the north, they had identified Bayport as their target. There were only a few personnel in Bayport to protect supplies at the time: the 2nd Florida Cavalry and the 2nd U.S. Colored Infantry. Most of the generals were in Tampa for a conference, which left the location vulnerable to attack. On July 3rd, 1864, 4 Union ships with 240 men came by water and marched inland, burning and destroying everything in a path of 6 miles wide and 20 miles long. These Union troops destroyed everything within 40 miles of the Gulf of Mexico. Their ships were sunk, and we sunk one of our own, so they could not get its supplies to take home. In 1861, Florida had become the 3rd state to secede from the Union, and the Union Navy blockaded Florida to prevent goods from being shipped in or out of our state. Prior to this, goods from Hernando County, that's where we live, had been shipped all over the world, including Europe and to Russia. At the time, Hernando County also encompassed what is now Pasco and Citrus counties. That's the neighboring counties. In those days, the government would offer future settlers 160 acres of land for free if they farmed 5 acres and lived on the property for 5 years. This was an attempt to help settle Florida. So that's just some of like what was going on then, you know. The Brooksville Raid is pretty cool. I mean, it just kind of shows a little bit of history and like, you know, a lot of history. Like in like you wouldn't think a little town like where we live would have that much history. So it's pretty cool. So here's some of the sights and sounds for the Brooksville Raid this year, the 2020 40th anniversary of the raid. Don't forget Serena and the girls were the camera. This is their view from what they've seen. So it's pretty cool. I like going to the raid. It's good stuff. I was kind of upset I missed it this year. So hopefully we'll make plans. We can hit it next year. So enjoy the Brooksville Raid.
Ready. Those who are serving in our armed forces today currently. Reason number 3, to pay honor to 1.3 million Americans who have given their lives in the defense of this country.
They're bringing up all their regime. We're good. y'all change your mind?
We're by the traveling medicine show, the Adams Traveling Medicine Show.
They have a real mermaid.
Okay, cool. Come back here. We have something for you. Cool.
What time's the next show start?
Right now.
Okay, can you do a little quicker?
Um,
Oh, is it inside the thing? Oh! It's a tour of oddities, curiosities, and atrocities.
What do they do with the medicine bottle and posts?
curiosity.
What that means.
That they're talking to the doctor.
Mrs.
Bates' school.
Right, so